Welcome to the second episode of this new Aftermath wipe, where we survived and thrived in Novaya Petrovka. And in the last video you saw everything that happened on and around wipe day, and now you will obviously see how our story continued, and we will not only cover our first but also our second big raid against another team. So things are going to get intense. If you're ready for that, then stay tuned and keep watching. So we start right where we left off, and before I even logged in this day, something truly terrible happened, and that is that my teammates got killed by an ambush in Radnoje. Because a team that lives there had placed an explosive trap on the main road, and my teammates drove through that, got killed by them, and they took all their stuff. Which meant that my teammates were pretty mad and wanted revenge. Combine that with the fact that their base was close to ours and we already had 3 C4s, we decided that we are simply going to raid them. Which is a pretty risky decision early on in the wipe, because you can lose a lot of stuff, including our first tapper, the AWM that I just got. But this weapon is just too good to not play it, because it is a massive advantage in fights like this. So everyone geared up at base and we went towards Radnoje. Was this a good decision? You will see.
Ja, hier ist so ein grünes Haus, wo ich mich positionieren kann mit Blick auf die ganze...
Einen Spieler sehe ich, der baut gerade. 2 Stück. Einer tot. Einer an der Mauer,
Ja.
rennt zurück zur Base.
Ich laufe nach rechts.
Ich sehe ihn, ich sehe ihn.
Ah, ich seh's.
In der Base wahrscheinlich.
Hab ihn.
Schön, stark. War der
Ja,
schwarz?
grün.
Bei mir, Leute!
Hab ihn, Knock.
Digga.
Knock oder tot, hier ist die Tür offen.
Töte.
Er ist da drin, die Tür offen.
Der ist tot.
C4 nehmen, Hintertür.
And of course he instantly shot my mag, but luckily my teammate was there to finish him. So now 2 of us are dead, but we also killed 2 of them, and on top of that their first door was now open, which was a pretty good situation for us to be in. And after placing the first D4, I decided that I will circle the area and look out for freshies and potential third parties with the AWM. Shortly after that, our 2 fallen teammates were back and we placed the next C4, but as you can imagine, the 2 fallen enemies were also on their way back to their home.
Ich werde rauspushen nach dem Restart.
Ich habe einen Fresh hier oben, Nord. Tot.
Restart warten.
Dann lauf ich einfach.
AWM, mach den Fresh hier einfach nur ankern. Was ist das denn? Hier liegt ein Bambi, Tot. At this point we were already a few doors in and had to switch to the chainsaw. My teammates also noticed that there were now multiple enemies on the inside of the base defending it from there, which made things a bit more complicated. And on top of that, another third team decided to get involved.
Ich bin Knock, ich bin Ankon.
Einer tot. Ich seh.
Zwei Straßen.
Ja, Straße. Hab einen an der Straße. Noch einer, andere Straßenseite. Hinterm grünen Haus. Hinterm Hexenhaus. Läuft raus. Läuft aus der Straße, aus der Stadt
Wir
raus.
müssen aufpassen, Digga.
Hab ihn, oh mein Gott. And even though I hit the enemy, which meant that he was at least uncan, I couldn't find the body, which meant that he probably escaped. But for now, he was gone, but the action continued inside of the base.
Die Tür ist auf, Leute!
Yep, somehow they opened their door and had given up valuable space of their base, which was pretty good for us, because now we had access to a lot of their stuff and there was only 1 door between us and their main loot. And while trying to wallbang, we got once again attacked, but this time from another team on the outside.
Oh, los, nicht.
Als ob ich dich jetzt...
Nee,
Gleise.
And while I was figuring out where the shots came from, something really important happened on the inside of the base raid.
Einer tot.
Schön.
Because Crusher killed hopefully the last one that was defending from the inside. So now there was really only one door between us and all the loot in the base. But the problem was that other teams had noticed our raid and now players were coming from almost every direction.
Oh, ich sehe den Typen im Süden.
Wo?
Hab ihn.
Schön, Jerome.
Wenn wir inneren Hilfe bauen, drehst du dich einfach
Spieler außen.
Ey, meine Hand ist...
Hab ihn.
Osten schießt auch jemand noch.
Ja, auch nicht. Das war Norden, das war Nordosten Sniper. Ganz rechts hab ich
Das explodiert komplett in dem Raum. Hauptsache die haben keine Einer kommt von Norden gerusht,
Teams, ja.
Schaden ist gut.
Seid ready.
Ja.
FSK vielleicht. Hab ihn vielleicht?
Ja, Süden, bei mir. Ostseite. Der close vor der Mauer.
Norden auch.
Sehr close, da rein. Hast ihn. Schön.
Norden noch, die Bad News. Das sind 2 im Norden bei der Bad News. Das sind die fighten
Gegeneinander, ja.
Geil. Big. Das ist sehr big.
And at this point the door was almost open, and on top of that the enemy players outside of the base got into a fight, which gave us valuable time. And while the rest of the team was busy grabbing everything important out of the base, Rudiger was coming from the southeast to help us. The only problem was that he ran into the enemy team that was shooting us earlier.
Schön. Unter dir. What the fuck ist das denn? Links von dir, östlich von dir, östlich. Ja, von oben kommt auch noch was, von Norden kommt auch noch was. Die Bäume.
In the end, Rudiger got killed and I couldn't do much, but he also killed one of them and injured one pretty badly. But this sacrifice was enough to give us the much needed time to pack up everything important, and my teammates were now heading towards our base to save the loot. And of course we also tried to get the rest of the stuff out of there, so a couple of us were still present at the raid. And as I was going back towards the north hill of the town to get a better overview, the enemy team from earlier made a comeback.
Wer ist jetzt noch bei der Raid Base?
Per se,
Schuss auf mich.
Ich reite.
Oh.
Ich sehe einen.
Wo?
Ich sehe einen im Süden. Rechts hinter der Base, weiter südlich, da am Wald. Südlich von uns.
Ja, ich hab einen Hit. Kann sein, dass er mich holt. Ich weiß nicht, wo der ist. Wenn er mich einmal hittet, dann bin ich gone.
Ich sehe ihn.
At this point things were looking pretty bad for me, so I decided to drop the AWM and my jug to Jerome, who had already spotted the enemy.
Wahrscheinlich dann nicht meine 3 Schuss. Weiter südlich.
Oh, Heli.
Ja, wir sollten abziehen. Also
Ja, lass mich sterben. Lauf einfach. Save die AWM. Ich habe meinen Dienst getan.
And at this point they decided to fall back and save the AWM, and to make things even better, another teammate found a bad news on one of the bodies around the base.
Okay, ich hab die beiden Tab-Weicher.
Nice. Oh, hier läuft einer. Oh, da sind an der Base sind auch welche. Einer rennt auch gerade wieder in deine Richtung.
And at this point things were looking really bad for me, but I still did not give up because 2 of my teammates came back and tried to cover me. And when they got into a firefight with the enemy, I took the chance and ran into the opposite direction. And because of their sacrifice, it looked like I might survive. And because of the fact that a lot of time had now passed, 2 of my teammates were coming back from our base fully equipped and ready to continue the fight.
M200 ist noch
Ich weiß nicht, ob er
südlich.
Anton ist.
And after we heard this M200 in the south, we now had a new target.
Hab ihn.
Nice, nice.
Oh, direkt bei mir, Chat Deck. Vor mir im Busch. Hab die Chat, nee, doch nicht. Aber Chat Deck tot.
Nice, 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 nice. Ich laufe hin, ich laufe hin. Die anderen werden jetzt hier hin rotieren, ne? Wo ist die Leiche?
Hier rechts. Hier bei mir.
Alter, ganz stark ruhig.
Ja, China an.
Hab ihn.
Nice. Zuschluss. Unter den Gleisen. Jetzt, weiter.
Rote Keycard.
Hab ihn.
Nice. Ja, Sprungwaffe.
Nimm. Rote Keycard, nimm die auch, komm. Rote Keycard, nimm.
Ja,
Hier
warte
oben
mal,
rechts.
haben wir jetzt gerade 2 Bad News und einen M200
Ja.
Plus gemacht?
Ja.
Und den Raids gewonnen, Digga.
This was perfect, because we not only got the loot out of the base, we also got 3 tappers and a red keycard from the enemy team that was trying to third party us. So yeah, here's everything that we gained from this raid, which was a lot considering that it is still very early in the wipe. And later that evening we went to Tizzy to use the red keycard that we just got.
Okay, geil.
We were pretty happy with the result, and all in all this was a very good day for us. But this day was not over. Because as I was about to go to sleep, Rudiger alerted me that someone is on top of our roof and is trying to steal our heli. So I logged back in, grabbed the M200 and waited for the heli to start so that I can shoot it out of the air.
Hab einen gewonnen.
Ich hab auf den
Nee, der ist noch auf dem Dach, Jo, keiner. Oh man. What up? Ich hab seine Waffe zerschossen.
Yep, his PKP tanked my M200 shot, which meant that he survived, but he couldn't do anything. Sad that we lost the heli, but this situation was just way too funny in the end. And the next day started with chopping down trees to get wood to upgrade the base further, because our biggest problem at this point in time was that we could not roof tapper. I don't think that that was Crusher's biggest concern at this time, but it was mine, so for once I helped base building. And after this hard manual labor which Crusher forced us to do, we finally did something fun, and that was going for PvP events. First station was the King of the Hill in Staria.
Ja, auf Handbremse ziehen.
Was? Nein!
And because no one came to contest it, we immediately went to the next King of the Hill, which should spawn a helicopter, and luckily some friendly other players were already capturing it for us. Only problem, the server was kinda laggy.
Es leckt des Hasses. Also, Rüdiger, du bist hier, der hast
Einer Mecker.
Ja, hab ihn. Ich hab ihn gesehen.
War
Oh,
das
hier ist ein Zombie. Hab ihn.
But that's no problem for Rudiger, who snagged the 2 freshy kills. And while flying the heli to the trader, the mates spotted a small base with active players around it. So Crusher got dropped, killed 3 of them, which meant that we obviously had to go there and help him.
Spieler Open Field. Im Wald jetzt, links. Links im Wald läuft. Hat Hit.
Hinter?
Ja, jetzt genau östlich.
Wie muss das mal nicht, bitte?
Westlich von der Bahn. Westlich von der Bahn hat 2 Hits. Vor dir, Uwe, vor dir.
Ah ja.
Ja, der müsste tot sein, ne? Ja.
Stark.
And at this point, only one of them was left inside of the base, so we decided to grab a chainsaw from base and open the last door. But as the heli was landing, something happened that we did not expect.
Hinter uns. Idiot.
Noch Hilfe, Leute, noch Hilfe.
Ja, ja, ja.
An der Bahn, an den Rollbahn an der Bahn.
Links davon, rechts davon.
Links davon. Ich bin
Nee,
hinten,
du hast
ganz
das los.
schnell.
Bin da.
Da ist eine Base. Ja, läuft nach links. Muss down sein.
So a heli pilot and Crusher got killed by this player, but to make things even worse, he was not alone.
Ich weiß nicht, wo.
Da fährt ein Auto, gepanzertes Auto. Ja, ja, Wagen fährt hier.
Gesehen, aber nicht.
Genau Richtung Ost, Richtung West, Richtung Base.
Oh, jetzt nicht. Bin tot.
Sitzt
Ja, ja.
alleine, der See.
Ja.
Mein Bad
Oh, bei mir. Ich wurde überfahren, weil es so geistkrank laggt.
Yep, I got killed by a car. So now everyone was dead, but on the flip side, Rudiger saved the day because he got into the heli and flew away. So he picked us up again, we re-equipped, and it was time for revenge.
Warte auf uns, 500 Meter.
Ja, da, jetzt ist ja.
Ich bin tot. RPG.
RPG.
Quatsch.
RPG. And after this successful fight, we once again returned back to our base, and Crusher tried to get the heli through the garage
Nee,
door.
passt nicht, schade. Ja, Bruder! Meine...
Oh my god, bro.
Und ich bin tot.
Was?
Du bist ein Held. Wer hat die Tür zugemacht von euch?
And after Crusher went offline for this evening, we went towards the nearest King of the Hill, which was at the Biathlon Arena. Unfortunately, we were only 3, and that's why I took the bad news one of our tappers to improve our chances at winning. And on top of that, we wanted to play it slow and passive.
Mach mal ein bisschen rechts. Rechts Open Field, 3 Spieler. Lass ein bisschen zurück, Open Field. Ready?
Ich seh's.
Ich kill den hinten. Der tankt den Schuss.
Aber du hast ihn getroffen.
Der muss da liegen. Lass runter. Also zurück. Oh. Ich bin tot.
And directly after that, my teammates got killed as well. First of all, I did not expect someone to just tank a bad news shot. And then when I finally could see him because the grass wasn't rendering anymore, I got killed from behind, from the direction that I just ran in and that I was watching for like 10 seconds. Great success. GG's. And after yet another L, we couldn't end the day like this, so we went on one final event, which was an airdrop at the ski resort. Will this work out better for us? Let's find out.
Oh ja.
Da ist noch einer.
Ja.
Noch 2. Hab 2 Leute gekillt.
Ja, komm.
Ah, keine Mund mehr. Also 2 Stück ungefähr.
Ein Bambi ist hier noch.
In the end, finally a small W, I grabbed everything important, got back to our car, picked up Rüdiger and then drove back to base.
Ist das mit Absicht oder?
Ja.
Okay.
Das war clean.
Clean.
All in all, a very frustrating but also funny day, and something that I won't forget this fast because of what happened the next day. Because as you have seen, there was one group that annoyed us a lot with their armored vehicle and rocket usage. So we wanted revenge, which is why we made the plan to steal their armored vehicle, which was in their garage behind only one door. So Crusher and I scouted out their base and we noticed that one of them was online. But this didn't stop us from executing the plan, so our other teammates came with our 2 C4. We placed them, blew open the garage, and took their car. And after we stored it in our base, we decided that this was not enough. So we packed our chainsaws and fuel and went back towards their base to fully raid them. And as my teammates were chainsawing down door after door, my job was once again to keep an eye on the surroundings and to keep them safe. And it seemed like for almost 1 hour that no one would come.
Stopp! Spieler von Straße.
Ja. Hab ihn.
Schön, noch einer.
Ja.
Tür.
Top.
Zindertür offen.
And right after their first attack, we destroyed the last cinder door, which gave us access to their loot. So now the goal was clear: get everything important out of the base, which wasn't easy because now we got attacked from multiple angles.
Das andere Seite pushen, ich spring runter.
Explosives hier.
Nico,
Ja.
du kannst dich
Hot,
voll
Hit
machen.
von
Ich kann mich voll machen.
unten läuft runter. Hab ihn vielleicht hier beim...
Oh ja.
Das ist tot.
Von oben noch geschossen,
Oh, der war
vom
noch
Berg
Knockout.
hoch. Ja, einer noch Jagdhütte.
Die Jagd.
Weglaufen. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, warum jetzt gerade der Treffer rausgenommen hat.
Weil ich dachte, wir sollen die
Nico,
wegrennen.
Nico, du sollst drauf
Jagdhütte,
Ja,
Nico. Lauf nicht da hoch. Oh, Open Field, tot, noch einer.
Ja, was?
Bei dem Baum.
Tot, schön.
Ich wurde hier die
Oh, ich hab einen Hit. Das war von rechts, das war von Osten, von Hütte.
Ich glaub, ich seh ihn.
Wo?
Im Wald da vor der Scheune circa. Und da im Wald rumwieseln sehen.
Ja, sehen, Mitte von dem Wald. Ich hab einen Hit.
Perfekt.
Kann er nicht gewesen sein, das sind andere, aber von Richtung Scheune.
And at this point we had full access to all of their loot, so we began packing and made our first run back towards our stashed cars. After that we went back to get the remaining stuff out of there, but there were also still enemies in the area.
Ich hab auch.
Shot auf mich.
Ich sehe ihn, er rennt auf im Treeline zwischen Hütte und mir.
Ja. Hab ihn.
And yeah, that was the last kill of the raid. After that we drove home to our base. In the end it was really successful because none of us died and we made big profit. So yeah, that was it with our little revenge story. In the end, those are only pixels, but pixels that are connected to strong emotions by our brain. And that is why DayZ is so addictive and fun. But keep in mind, you can't win without losing. So always focus on the positive side and never give up. So yeah, that's enough corny mindset stuff for this video. If you want to see how our journey this wipe continues, then hit the subscribe button. If you want to support me, then comment something under this video, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, you know the deal, you know how YouTube works. And other than that, stay tuned for the next episode. Love you guys, bye bye, see ya, ciao.
Nah, we don't take no losses. Stop it, you know that we straight young bosses. See it, we want it, we go.
Kocha, I have a question. Yes. Does the beer shit in the forest?
Bier.
Beer shit in the forest? It calls bear, Lars. Bear.
It doesn't matter.
Beer
Just
is
answer.
not shitting.
just answer the question.
Of course he shit in the forest.
Okay, what do you think I will do when you ask me to go pick up C4?
Shit in the forest.
No.